hosts is his name. All hail the king, all hail the king. Our Redeemer is strong, Lord of hosts is his name. All hail the king, all hail the king. Our Redeemer is strong, Lord of hosts is his name. All hail the king, all hail the king. Our Redeemer is strong, Lord of hosts.
Shalom, shalom. This is El Dayo from One Nation, One Power. A true Christian coming back to you guys once again. I'm going to bring forth some information today out of the Bible to prove beyond a reasonable and a shadow of a doubt why the waters around the world are turning red. Now I'm going to borrow this Christian brother's video and I'm going to let it play, and he's going to show you the waters turning red all over the world. But I'm going to come back after this video and I'm going to use the Bible to show you why the waters around the world are turning red. I'm going to use the Bible to show you why there is hell getting bigger. I'm going to use the Bible to show you why there are volcanoes coming alive. I'm going to use the Bible to show you things that you've never seen before. You will see today. Watch this short video and I'll be back. Shalom.
Reports of rivers, rain, and bodies of water turning red all over the world have shocked biblical scholars who warn the phenomenon is a sign we have reached the end times as prophesied in the book of Revelations. Rivers in China, Russia, Lebanon, and the Netherlands, as well as bodies of water in the United States, Australia, and Sri Lanka, have all turned blood red recently, as reported by reputable news outlets, leaving scientists and experts baffled. The Malkonka River in the city of Tyumen, Russia, turned red overnight, leaving locals concerned about the quality of their drinking water and also concerned we have entered the end times. Officials in western Siberia have not yet released the results of a barrage of tests on samples taken from the river, but state-owned news agency ETAR-TASS has labeled the incident a biblical bombshell. And it's not just Russia. In Nootdorp, in the Netherlands, canal water has turned a deep red, leaving locals puzzled. The phenomenon has prompted some to remember biblical prophecies of water turning to blood. It looks like red wine, remarked Nootdorp resident Mark Reuter to the Netherlands Telstar Online. It is probably an algae, Reuter speculated, but in our region that just does not happen. David Dilling, an American living in the Netherlands who captured the odd phenomenon on video, however, described the canal waters as turning a blood red, biblical color. Biblical scholars claim that scientific explanations for the phenomenon are of secondary importance to the fact that God said water would turn red at the beginning of the end times. These scholars point to water-to-blood prophecies found in the Old Testament's book of Revelation, which explain the phenomenon as one of the signs the end times are upon us. Australia's famous Bondi Beach also turned blood red recently. Dubbed Crimson Tide by the local media, the event startled Sydney residents who had never seen anything like it before. And the Beirut River in Lebanon also mysteriously turned blood red after a stream of unidentified red liquid began pouring from the southern bank of the river in Fan al-Shubak, according to Lebanon's Daily Star. The Jian River that runs through the city of Luoyang, Henan province in northern China, turned bloody red, CNN reported. And in Texas a fishing lake turned red, sparking end-times speculation from Christians and even from scientists. Pastor Paul Begley of the Community Gospel Baptist Church in Knox, IND, said people should be taking note. I'm not saying that this Texas lake is these scriptures in Revelation, but what I am saying is the Bible prophecies are slowly fulfilling themselves in the midst of an end-time revelation that we need to be right, we need to be saved, we need to be born again and ready to meet the coming King, he said. God said there would be a rain of blood. Keep in mind, there will be physical and scientific reasons for things, just like the earthquake God used to make the walls of Jericho fall. Let us keep in mind God said what would happen, not necessarily how. Is Pastor Begley right? There is more and more evidence he might be. And Sri Lanka just experienced a rain of blood. According to Sri Lanka's Daily News, rare showers of red rain fell for over 15 minutes in Swanagala, Monaragala, and Manampataya, Polonnaruwa yesterday morning hours of yesterday and day before yesterday. According to Meteorology Department sources, red rain fell heavily in these areas and the reason has not been found yet. Red rain in Swanagala and Manampataya left red frost on the ground. This is the first time red rain was witnessed in Sri Lanka. What does the Bible actually say about rivers and bodies of water turning red? The water-to-blood prophecies are found in the book of Revelation. The second trumpet judgment will bring a great calamity upon the earth. The second angel sounded his trumpet, and something like a huge mountain, all ablaze, was thrown into the sea. A third of the sea turned into blood, a third of the living creatures in the sea died, and a third of the ships were destroyed. Revelation 8:8-9. In Revelation 16:3, during the tribulation, God will turn the waters of the sea to blood. The second angel poured out his bowl on the sea, and it turned into blood like that of a dead person, and every living thing in the sea died. Then in verses 4-6 God does the same to the world's fresh water supply. The third angel poured out his bowl on the rivers and springs of water, and they became blood. Then I heard the angel in charge of the waters say, "You are just in these judgments, O Holy One, you who are and who were, for they have shed the blood of your holy people and your prophets, and you have given them blood to drink as they deserve." We also see that God's two special witnesses during the tribulation will be empowered to perform miracles. They have power to turn the waters into blood and to strike the earth with every kind of plague as often as they want. Revelation 11:6. The two end times prophets will have the same ability as Moses, who turned the Nile River to blood, Exodus 7:20. Do contemporary reports of rivers and water turning red match up with these end times prophecies of Revelation?
I'm back. Now, once again, don't believe nothing I say. Get your King James Version Bible, open it up, get a pencil, and get a paper. Because you're going to need a pencil and a paper. Because I'm going to give you precepts. We're going to apply once again Isaiah chapter 28, verse 9 and 10. We're going to, and so that we can get the understanding according to Psalms 119:104. Now, let's go into our Bible because this is a pattern. This is nothing new. People are seeing these things happening and they acting and trying to pretend like this is something new. But there is a reason for the waters turning red. I'm going to say that again. There is a reason for the waters, the rivers, turning red. Let's go into our Bible and prove. What we're going to do, what we're going to do today, we're going to start at the beginning because we're going to first identify the reason why the water turned red. Go with me first. Let's start in the book of Exodus. Go with me to the book of Exodus. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. We want to go to Exodus. Exodus chapter 3. Exodus chapter 3. Now remember, there was and there is a prophecy in Acts chapter 7, verse 6 and 7, that brothers are afraid of. They're trying to call that a false prophecy. Ain't nobody gave no dates but God. If the Most High the one gave the date of the 400 years, it's the Most High that gave the date. Ain't nobody going out here setting no dates. So throw that garbage in the trash. So Acts chapter 7, verse 6 and 7 talks about being in the land for 400 years. Being mistreated evil 400 years. Acts 7, 6 and 7. Now go with me to Exodus chapter 3. Exodus chapter 3. And we want verse 9. Exodus 3 and 9. Follow along with me. Don't believe nothing I say. Exodus 3 and 9. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel. Who? The cry of the children of Israel. The who? The cry of the children of Israel is come unto me. Is what? Come unto me. In Exodus 3 and 9, Exodus 3 and 9, the Most High is saying that the cry of the children of Israel is come up to me. Let's go down to verse 10. Come now, therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, my people, my people. Who are your people, Most High? My people, the children of Israel. Who? The children of Israel. The who? The children of Israel. These children of Israel is spoken of in Genesis 49. Those 12 sons are the 12 patriarchs of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. The Most High right here called them my people. And the Most High told Moses, I have heard the cry of my people. I have heard the cry of my people. I have heard the cry of my people. No, the record not broke. I said that because I want that to stick in your head. I have heard the cry of my people. Now let's go for a ride. Where we want to go first? Let's go first to Psalms. Let's go first to Psalms 105. Psalms 105. The Most High said, I heard the cry of my people. Where is his people? In Egypt. Were they in bondage? Yes. Were they in servitude? Yes. This correlates because their bondage was 430 years according to the Bible. Acts chapter 7 verse 6 and 7 is 400 years. According to the United States government, H.R. 1242 said that the so-called African Americans are been here almost 400 years. Now, the Most High said, I've heard the cry of my people. He didn't say I heard the cry of the whole world. He said, I heard the cry of my people. My people. Matter of fact, let's get a precept for that. That's Exodus 3:9. Let's get a precept for that where he says, my people. Go to the book of Amos. Amos, chapter 3 and verse 1. Amos 3 and 1. We got Exodus 3 and 9. I've heard the cry of my people, my people, my people. Amos 3 and 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel. This is a word that the Most High is speaking against the children of Israel. Why? Because they are his people. They are his people. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up out of the land of Egypt, saying, verse 2, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. You only have I known of all of the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Now we have the precept for Exodus 3 and 9. I have heard the cry of my people. Now let's go to Psalms 105. Psalms 105 and 23. I'm not going to be long. Psalms 105 and 23. I'm helping my Christian brothers out there who trying to put these pieces of this puzzle together. We're going to put the pieces of the puzzle together today. Psalms 105. Go along with me. Don't believe nothing I say. Psalms 105 and 23. Israel also came into Egypt, and Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham. Verse 24. And he increased his people greatly, and made them stronger than their enemies. Verse 25. He turned their heart to hate his people, to deal subtly with his servants. He did what? He turned the Egyptians' hearts to begin to hate his people just before he delivered them. Go down now to verse 27. Let's just read 25 and down. It'll explain itself. He turned their heart to hate his people, to deal subtly with his servants. Verse 26. He sent Moses, his servant, and Aaron, whom he had chosen. Verse 27. They showed his signs among them. They showed his signs among them. They showed his signs among them. What kind of signs? And wonders in the land of Ham. What? He sent darkness. He said what? He sent darkness. He said what? He sent darkness. Did it just go dark in Russia? Yes, it did. He sent darkness and made it dark. It just went dark in Russia. That's one of the signs. Let's keep going. And they rebelled not against his word. Verse 29. He turned their waters into blood. What? He turned their waters into blood and slew their fish. You just seen a video by a Christian showing you that all of the waters right now are turning into blood. Now I'm going to ask you the second part of this passage. Are all the fish dying worldwide? Yeah. These are all signs that the children of Israel are about to be delivered once again. He's heard the cry of his people. Why did he begin these signs and wonders in ancient Egypt? Because he has heard the cry of his people. Let's keep going. It gets better. Go now to Revelation 16. Go now to Revelation 16. Revelation 16 is a future judgment of the same plagues that hit ancient Egypt. The same plagues. He's not doing anything new. He don't have to. Revelations chapter 16. Now we understood in Exodus 3:9 he heard the cry of his people. Now we understand over there in Psalm 105, 23 and down, the reason why the waters was turning into blood. He sent Moses to go to Pharaoh. Remember, Pharaoh told the children of Israel that they would make brick without straw. He made their labor harder. He made things harder for them. So the Most High sent Moses, and then the Most High sent signs and wonders. Signs and wonders. He turned their water into blood, and he slew their fish. He sent darkness. Darkness just hit Russia. We seeing the signs again. Let's keep reading. Revelation 16 and 4. And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of waters, and they became blood. This is Revelation 16 and 4. This is the third angel pouring out his vial, and the rivers and the fountains of water became blood. This is the same thing that happened in Psalms 105 and 25. The same things happening right now in your face happened in ancient Egypt. And it was all because the Most High had heard the cries of his people that he started sending signs and wonders. Let's keep going. I'm going to show you why the water is turning into blood, why the fish are dying, why there is strange sounds coming from the sky. I'm going to show you that. And why Russia just got hit with darkness. Now, let's read some more. Where we want to go. There we go. Let's read 4, 5, and 6. Revelation 16, 4, 5, and 6. Because we're going to get an understanding that this is the same thing happening all over again. Revelation 16 and 4. And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and the fountains of water, and they became blood. Verse 5. And I heard the angel of the water say, Thou art righteous, O Lord, which art and was and shall be, because thou hast judged thus. Verse 6. For they have shed the blood of the saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. Revelation 16:6. Revelation 16:6 just told me and you why the water is turning to blood. It's the same thing that happened in ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptians was putting hard labor on the children of Israel in ancient Egypt, and they were killing them. And so the Most High sent signs and wonders. The water turned to blood, the fish died, and there was darkness in the sky in ancient Egypt. And it's happening all over again. Why? Verse 6. 4 is giving you the reason. 4. They have shed the blood of saints and prophets. They have shed the blood of saints and prophets. They have shed the blood of saints and prophets. The reason the water turned into blood, because they shed the blood of the saints and of the prophets. The reason why the sky turning dark is because the nations are shedding the blood of the saints and the prophets. And the cry is going up to the Most High. And we're going to prove it according to the Bible. Who are the saints and the prophets? Because Revelation 16:6 just told us the reason why the water turned into blood, just gave us the reason why the fish are dying, just gave us the reason why Russia just went into darkness. It's because of the killing of the saints and the prophets. Now, I'm going to break this down for you. Let's first go to Psalms 148 and 14. I'm going to break this down for you because all of us have been, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you. All of us have been so deceived because we think that the saints and the prophets got to be in the pulpit, got to be in the pew. Well, we're going to break down this Bible and watch what God calls the children of Israel. This is happening in Revelation 16:6 because of the shedding of the blood of the saints and the prophets. The same scenario that was happening in ancient Egypt is what brought the miracle signs and wonders in ancient Egypt to prepare for the children of Israel to come out. Oh, you better come on out of here. So, here we are. Go to Psalms 148. Let's see who the Bible calls the saints. Psalms 148. And the police departments are hastening the judgment. Come on up out of here. Psalms 148. And you guys don't even know it, but you will after this video. Psalms 148. Psalms 148. And we want verse 14. Psalms 148 and 14. And we're going to get two witnesses to prove who the saints are according to the Bible. Not according to the Christian church, not according to modern theology, but according to the Bible. Psalms 148 and verse 14. He also exalted the horn of his people. The horn of who? His people. His people. His people. The praise of all his saints. The what? The praise of all his saints. The praise of all God's saints. The praise of all God's saints. His right there is referring to the Most High, but I'm just going to use the name you used to, God. The praise of all God's saints. Even of the children of Israel. Who? Even. That word even there is indeed. Of the children of Israel. Indeed, of the children of Israel. Who are the saints? According to Psalms 148 and 14. The children of Israel. The same people. The descendants of the same people that was in ancient Egypt are living in Acts chapter 7 verse 6 and 7. A strange land. And their 400 years is almost up. And you seeing the waters turning into blood. You seeing the fishes dying. You see, Russia just went into darkness, and you trying to figure out what's going on. I'm going to tell you. The children of Israel, the saints, are being killed just like in the ancient days of ancient Egypt, in New Egypt, Sodom and Egypt. That's right. That's why the water turned into blood. The police departments are hastening the judgment. Let's keep reading. So, let's get another precept to back up that the children of Israel are the saints according to the Bible. Now go to Psalms 50 and 5. Psalms 50 and 5. Psalms 50 and 5. Remember, in Revelation 16 and 6, the reason for the plagues was because of the killing of the saints and of the prophets. We're going to prove who the prophets are next. Psalms 50 and 5. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. Who were the original people of the covenant that had the blood sprinkled on them by Moses? The children of Israel. In Psalms 50 and 5 and Psalms 148 and 14, it identifies the children of Israel as the saints. This is why it is imperative that you Gentiles identify and find out who the children of Israel are, because this is why the plagues have begun. Your ignorance is not going to stop the plagues. They're going to get worse. And you're going to be asking the question, why? It's the same scenario. Go back to Revelations 16 and 6. Go back to Revelation 16 and 6. We just identified the saints, according to the Bible, are the descendants of those that were in ancient Egypt. Revelations 16 and 6. Let's start at verse 4. And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and the fountains of water, and they became blood. And I heard the angel of the water say, Thou art righteous, O Lord, which art and was and shall be, because thou hast judged us. For they have shed the blood of saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. Because thou hast what? They shed the blood of saints and of prophets. Now we just proved, beyond the shadow of a doubt, Psalms 50 and 5, Psalms 148 and 14, that the saints are the children of Israel, the descendants, those that have been scattered to the four winds, James 1 and 1. They are living in a modern day Egypt. And these signs are signs to them that their deliverance is soon to come. Now, let's get the prophets. Go to Amos chapter 2. Amos chapter 2. And then we're going to talk about the saints and the prophets. Because, once again, in our minds, they got to be in a church with a three-piece suit on and a tie to be legitimate. But that's not what the Most High is saying. Go to Amos chapter 2. And we want verse number 10. Amos 2. Now we're going to find out who the real prophets are. Are the prophets, do the prophets come out of every nation under heaven? Who are the prophets according to the Bible? Amos chapter 2, verse 10 and 11. Also I brought you up from the land of Egypt, see, and led you 40 years through the wilderness to possess the land of the Amorite. Verse 11. And I raised up of your sons for prophets, and I raised up of your sons for prophets, and of your young men for Nazarites. Is it not even thus, O you children of Israel? Who? O you children of Israel? Amos chapter 2 and verse 11. Let the whole world know that the real prophets, that the Most High God of Exodus 3:13 and 18, I am that I am, got prophets that come out of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. This is what Amos 2:11 just told you and me. Let me read it again. And I raised up of your sons for prophets, and of your young men for Nazarites. Is it not even thus, O you children of Israel, says the Lord? Says who? The Lord says me. The Lord says who? The Lord. Now, we just established in Revelation 16:6 that the reason for the plagues is because they're killing the saints and the prophets. Now, let me enlighten you on how the Most High operates. He said, I'm raising up prophets daily and sending them. Do you not know that a lot of the Most High's prophets have been aborted in the abortion centers? Do you not know that a lot of the Most High's prophets have been executed on the streets of Babylon before they even stepped into their calling as a prophet? Do you know that majority of the prophets and majority of the saints never get to step foot in that calling? They already saints. The Most High called you prophets. He didn't say you're a prophet once you repent. The gifts and the calling of God are without repentance. The gifts and the calling of God are without repentance. That means that you can be born a prophet and don't even know you're a prophet until God reveals it to you who you are. That's why you hear people make statements like this. Why did God really send me here? I want to know why God sent me here. And they're 30-something years old. They're 40-something years old. What they're really saying is this. I want to know my calling. Majority of the Most High's prophets get killed before they even find out they're prophets. A saint, according to the Bible, is the children of Israel. You notice he didn't say that a saint is somebody that got saved. A saint is somebody that go to church every Sunday. A saint is somebody that pays tithes every week. He didn't say that. He said the saints are the children of Israel. He said the prophets are the children of Israel. So when you go back to Revelation 16:6, the reason for the signs and the wonders, the blood, the fish dying, is because they're killing the children of Israel. And now the Most High is sending signs that he's about to deliver them. Are you hearing me out there? Now, go with me to Isaiah 29:6. Isaiah 29:6. I'm trying to make this as easy as I can, so that you Gentiles out there and you Israelites that can't see because the blinders are still on, I pray I'm taking the blinders off. Isaiah chapter 29, and we want verse number 6. Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder. Boy, I heard some thunder last night, 12 o'clock last night. Make you jump out your bed. You shall be visited with thunder and with earthquake and great noise. And great what? Noise. Isn't it videos all over the internet of strange sounds coming from the sky? All kind of sounds coming from the sky. Great noise. Waking people up early in the morning, late at night. There go your answer to that right there in Isaiah 29:6. No, my friend, it's not Mother Nature. Sorry, the Most High told you who it is. It's him. With storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. And the flame of devouring fire. Is Redland, California on fire right now? Is Idlewild on fire right now? The earth is being visited. Is tornadoes hitting down? Is volcanoes popping off? We are being visited. These are all signs and wonders before he removes the children of Israel back to their land. That's right. Isaiah 11:11. He's in the process of setting his hand a second time to recover the remnant of his people that's scattered to the four corners of the earth. And then he goes in there and tell you where they at. Let's keep going. Isaiah 29:6. It's not Mother Nature. I'm sorry. Isaiah 28:2. Isaiah 28:2. Isaiah 28:2. Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which as the tempest of hail and a destroying storm. What kind of storm? A destroying storm. Did a destroying storm hit Puerto Rico? And a destroying storm. As a flood of mighty waters. As a flood of mighty waters. Are we seeing pictures of mighty waters flooding areas on the earth? Shall cast down to the earth with the hand. Isaiah 28:2. Psalms. Let's go to Psalms, or is it Proverbs? We want Proverbs, I think it is. Proverbs are the Psalms. We want Psalms 83. Psalms 83:15. Psalms 83:15. Why are all these things happening? Let's read. Psalms 83:15. So persecute them with thy tempest and make them afraid with thy storm. Make them what? Afraid with thy storm. Why is he making them afraid with his storm? Because he's trying to allow the new Egyptians to see that there's a pattern going on that happened in ancient Egypt is happening today in America and around the world. Because the children of Israel are scattered to the four corners of the earth. So his judgments now are in all of the earth. Psalms 83:15. So persecute them with thy mighty tempest and make them afraid with thy storm. Verse 16. Fill their faces with shame that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Verse 17. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish. Verse 18. That men may know that thou, whose name alone that should be a higher, art the most high over all the earth. He's sending all of these storms trying to get the mind of the people on the earth with the understanding that it's him. And now, more than ever, you need to be calling on him. You need to be coming out of your sins, because this is just the beginning of the plagues. The plagues have been sent, and who can turn them back? Nobody on this earth got the power to stop a hurricane. Nobody on this earth got the power to stand before a flood waters and make them stop. Nobody got the power to get out there in front of the water turning to blood and reverse it. Nobody got the power to take all of the dead fish and bring them back alive again. Even when they wash up on the seashore and people trying to save them, they put them back in the water, they come right back on the land and die. Who can deliver out of the Most High's hand? Everything that you see happen with the waters turning to blood is biblical, of course, but it is because of the continued persecution on the children of Israel. Let this video be a warning, because you're going to see them persecute us even more, and you're going to see more miracles, signs, and wonders take place on the earth. Mark my words. Now, we want to go right fast to Exodus 9. Genesis, Exodus 9. Go to Exodus 9 and 23. Let's get a look at what's coming next. Exodus 9 and 23. Exodus 9 and 23. We think we seeing hell getting bigger. He got another kind of hell. This is one of the miracle signs and wonders that he used against the ancient Egyptians. Exodus 9 and 23. And Moses stretched forth his rod toward heaven, and the Lord sent thunder and hail. He sent what? Thunder and hail. This is Exodus 9 and verse 23. Moses stretched forth his hands towards heaven. This is all about the children of Israel being delivered. And the Most High sent what? Thunder and hail. Listen. And the fire ran along upon the ground, and the Lord rained hail upon the land of Egypt. This is Exodus 9 and 23. This coming next. Fire mixed with hail. Is that going to be a sight to see? Hail. The fire going to be running along the ground while it's hailing at the same time. We have never seen fire and hail operating in full force together at the same time. But this is one of the miracles, signs, and wonders that the Most High did in ancient Egypt. Can anybody see that the waters are turning to blood? Can anybody see that the fishes are dying? Can anybody see Russia just went dark? Can anybody out there see that the cause of all of these is because he's coming to deliver the children of Israel? But at the same time, he's going to punish, and he is punishing all of the other nations. You might say, why? Because all of the other nations throughout history has had a part in the downfall, in the enslavement, in the genocide, in the murder of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. You might say to yourself, well, why was China hit? Because during the Ming Dynasty, they owned slaves. Oh, you better come on out of here. Go and study history. And you're going to see everywhere. Lebanon. Why did the waters turn red in Lebanon? You better go read Amos chapter 1. You better go read Joel chapter 3. All of the areas where the children of Israel have suffered persecution by the hands of the other nations. You seeing the waters turning into blood in the strategic places on the earth. Now, he said this is fire going to run along the ground while the hail falling at the same time. What you do with that? What you going to do with that? Because water normally puts out fire. But this fire, hail turns into water. It's not going to be able to affect the fire. This is going to be bad. Go with me to Psalms. Where we want to go? Isaiah 28 and 17. Go back to Isaiah 28 and 17. Isaiah 28 and 17. Are you ready? Let's go. Judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet, and the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the hail shall sweep away the refuge or the hiding place of lies. See why he's sending that hail? He's going to sweep away the hiding place of lies. And the waters shall overflow the hiding place. And the waters shall overflow the hiding place. Isaiah 28 and verse 17 just told me and you, Most High flooding all of the underground hiding places. I'm sorry, But that's what he said. Isaiah 28:17. Do I need to read it again? Judgment also will I lay to the lion, and righteousness to the plummet. And the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the waters shall overflow the hiding place. This is a war going on. Uh-oh. Let's keep reading. Go back to Psalms. Line must be upon line. Precept upon precept. Here a little and there a little. Psalms. What we want? 18. Psalms 18 and verse 12. Psalms 18 and 12. Are you ready? At the brightness that was before him, his thick clouds passed, hailstones and coals of fire. The Lord also thundered in the heavens, and the highest gave his voice. Hailstones and coals of fire. Hailstones and coals of fire. Hailstones and coals of fire. Coals of fire. We're in trouble. What are we going to do when coals of fire come down? The earth is in trouble. Children of Israel are going to be made free. One way or another. Children of Israel going home. One way or another. Now, go back to Revelation 16 and 6. Everything I just showed you got to do with the children of Israel being set free. And the church today think they replaced the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. It's called replacement theology. Oh yeah, now they think they're God's chosen people. But I'm here today to let you know, let the police keep shooting us down. Let's see what comes next. Revelation 16 and 6. I'm going to start at verse 4, and I'm going to keep reading, and I'm not going to stop until he tell you why the water turned to blood. Revelation 16 and 4. And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and the fountains of water, and they became blood. And I heard the angel of the waters say, Thou art righteous, O Lord, which art, and was, and shalt be, because thou hast judged us. Verse 6. For they have shed the blood of saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. The reason for the red water, you guys killing the children of Israel and don't know it. The reason for the fish dying, you guys are killing the children of Israel and don't know it. The reason for the sky going dark in Russia is because you guys killing the children of Israel and are ignorant of it. The reason why you got GMO food is Psalm 17:13. The wicked are the Most High sport. He the one got them cooking up the GMO. The reason for the fluoride in the water is because you guys killing the children of Israel. Is that why Christ said that if you shall drink anything deadly, it shall not harm you? If the water is deadly, and Christ says to you, it shall not harm you, what is going to do to the other people? Kill them. This is El for One Nation, One Power, letting the world know. You killing the children of Israel. That's why the plagues have begun. And nobody going to be able to turn them back. And it's sad to say, you're not going to believe that we are the chosen people of God until every stream, lake, and fountain in America is made blood. You're not going to believe we are the children of Israel. And because of the persecution, because of the hate against us, America is going down. Piece by piece. by the hand of the Most High God. This is Elder Hill for One Nation, One Power. Shalom.